everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This channel is called Audrey Christine. I am Audrey. Hello, how are you? I have a second channel, and that channel is called Audrey Briggs, the Salty Psychic, where I talk about crime, including murder, kidnapping, and all kinds of stuff. So on this channel, we talk about everything but crime, pretty much. So let me know if there's something you want me to discuss. We talk about women's issues, family issues, money, and everything. And there's usually a recipe at the end of each video. I try and bring you guys a new recipe every week, which is hopefully fun for you. It's definitely fun for me to make those videos for you. So something weird happened, like a half hour ago. I was getting ready to leave. I'm on my way to my eyelash appointment, which my eyelashes are kind of empty right now. And I was in my bedroom, which is across the house, and I heard a noise. I heard our refrigerator has an alarm on it. So if you don't close it, it sounds an alarm, but it takes a little bit for it to sound the alarm. It's about 1 minute. It's like 60 seconds if the fridge door or the freezer door stays open. Then the alarm will go off and you'll hear the noise. And so I heard the noise. I was in my room, like I said, and I thought, oh, Chase must be in the kitchen. He leaves the refrigerator open a lot. You know, he gets stuff, puts stuff back in there, and he waits to close it until he's done with it. So the alarm was still sounding, and I'm like, okay, I guess maybe he just left it open and went outside or whatever. So I go into the kitchen, and I'm kind of in a hurry because I'm trying to leave the house. And as soon as I get near the kitchen, I hear it slam shut. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were in there. And I walk in, and I'm like, there's nobody there. There is nobody there. It's a ghost. It was a ghost. It was spirits. I'm a psychic, just so you know. Yeah. So I'm fairly certain, waiting for confirmation from spirit. I don't have confirmation, but I think it's my ex-mother-in-law who passed right around Easter time this year. I was talking to my former sister-in-law and talking about a couple things that their family have experienced since the mom's passing. And it's like, oh wow, that's really cool, because that way, you know your loved one's there. Those are really good signs. You're never alone. Just important information people need to know after their loved ones die. And I had a funny thing happen with this woman one time at her house. We were, is this my turn? Yeah, I think so. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Is it? I guess so. One time, she and I were in her kitchen. This is my former mother-in-law, Johnny's grandma. We were sitting in her kitchen area, just talking, and I think this was before Johnny was born, and Sarah and Benjamin were off somewhere with the dad, with the grandpa. And so Dottie and I were sitting there, and we were talking about spirits and stuff and ghosts, and I wasn't out of the closet at that point. Nobody knew. Nobody knew that I talked to people, dead people. And she goes, oh, I just don't believe in it. I just don't. She's like, that's just a bunch of garbage, And I'm like, I go, well, I totally believe in it. And all of a sudden, her ceiling fan light turned on by itself. And we're both like, told you. And she's like, quit playing with that. She was yelling at her husband. And it's like, there's no one here. She's like, well, there's a remote for this fan. And, Someone must have pressed the button. Well, who's going to press the button? There's no one else here, lady. So I know, but when she was alive, at that point, that was like 20 plus years ago, she didn't believe in spirits. But it's so funny to me because I think it is her doing it. And it's just funny based on the conversation we had back so long ago in the 90s. This was a long time ago. So anyway, I love seeing visual proof of spirit. When I think it's somebody who just passed or a loved one, you know, I don't care for random spirits. We do have a random spirit in our home. I don't know who he is. It's a man. I don't know who he is. I don't like seeing him. I don't like seeing you, sir. I don't know who you are. I don't like seeing you because you freak me out. Because sometimes he just stares at me. Sometimes he's walking into my bedroom every single time. And it's like he holds onto the side of the wall and does the peekaboo. Why? Why do you spirits play peekaboo all the time? It makes me feel a little scared. A little scared. I'm a chicken. I'm a scaredy cat. I am a scaredy cat. Okay, are you turning, sir? All right. You know, if you're driving, just don't be an ass. Just, you know what? If someone wants in, let them in. Let them in. Big deal. Okay, so this guy's in front of me now. Is it going to change my life? No, it's fine. Get over it. Please don't road rage. For God's sake. Well, Audrey, I almost got hit and killed. Okay, well, that may be an exception if you almost literally almost got killed. But for most of the time, every day, traffic, just, you know what? Calm down. Just calm down. And if you make a mistake, just, sorry, my bad. You know what I mean? Just calm down. Okay, so I'm a few minutes early, which is fine, to my eyelash appointment. Don't be late. Don't be that person. That's so disrespectful. You're not more important than anybody else. I'm not more important. Don't make people wait. Don't make people wait. It's like, Audrey, my time's too valuable. Well, you know what? Your time isn't any more valuable than anyone else's. So by you being late, that really messes up. Whether it's a nail appointment or hair appointment or whatever. Don't be late. Don't do that. Right before I left to come to my appointment here, Johnny's teacher came by. Where's the camera? Johnny's teacher came by with all of his friends. They were so excited to see him. If you're not aware, I do have a special needs son. He's 21. He's in college, quote, unquote, college. He has one semester left before he graduates the program, but he's been ill, and I can't risk him getting a cold or any sort of virus, even if it's like a really mild virus, because for him it turns into like RSV. He immediately goes into respiratory, where's the camera? Failure. He goes into respiratory failure really fast, like within an hour. It's terrifying. So I know he loves school. I feel awful because every day he waits by the door thinking the bus is going to come and get him. It breaks my heart. It breaks me down. I hate it. But anyway, his teacher came by with all his friends to say hello, and they brought him some presents and stuff. Oh my God, so cute. I'll put some pictures in here of him and his friends, and they made a cute little kind of, not a scrapbook, I guess it's just a photo album of him at school and some outings and stuff that they've done. So that was really cute, and he was so happy. He kept trying to leave the house. He kept trying to get into the van. They have a school van. It's a big van, you know, that they all drive around in, going to work and different things. So he kept trying to get in the van to leave. I really wish he could go to school because we need a break a little bit. We need we have stuff to do we can't do because he's home all the time. But so she said, the teacher said, you know, like when school's back in session, summer school's in session right now, but for the fall, for his final semester, I asked, could I just meet you guys somewhere? Can I meet up if you guys are going to be out in public, and I can make sure he has on his mask and I can keep him social distance from other people, and just have, you know, a one-on-one, because they don't have a one-on-one there at school for him. So it's hard to keep him away from other kids, and, you know, it just, contamination happens. You know, somebody sneezes or rubs their nose and then touches. It's just a thing. It's just a thing that happens when people are out in public, right? That's why with COVID, everyone had to stay away from each other. So anyway, that was a really nice thing that she offered to do today, to come over. So that was sweet. Also, I want to put a picture up here of something Chase made. Chase made this. It's a huge, huge canvas. Chase is an amazing artist. Like, I went to art school with my, you know, my friends' art school, and I've been doing art, you know, really my whole life. I've always been interested in drawing and painting and stuff. He hasn't taken a single class, and he is so amazing. I at this point can only draw stick people. Isn't that sad? I can only do stick people, and I have so much time invested in learning how to do the art, and I'm just awful at it, and it makes me crazy, and I kind of feel like giving up. But Chase made this canvas for John, and Chase drew, I'll put some arrows here, the ones that Chase drew on his own, not copying, not making, not tracing. He legitimately freehand drew these faces and these characters, and then painted them. Some he used paint, some he used pencils, some he used watercolor markers, and different things. So, yeah. So anyway, he made that for Johnny, and it's super, super cute, and Johnny just loves it. He keeps looking at it, and he's laughing. So, so yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're up to, you guys. That's what we're doing. At the end of this video today, our recipe is going to be a lintels. I won't say a soup. It's not a soup. You can certainly make it a soup by adding extra water and emulsifying it. But I'm going to talk about it when we get to it, but stay tuned for the end of the video. I guess I should start putting timestamps in the bottom, because if you don't want to watch this part of the vlog, you can just skip ahead to the food part. So I'll start doing that. I'll start putting timestamps in the description box below, so you know, if you want to skip something, you'll know where to go. All right, well, it's about time for my appointment, so I will go inside, and the next time you see me, my eyelashes should look a little fuller. Okay, so I'm back home, and I just wanted to show you something, an app that I use. I don't use it all the time. I've used it a lot in the past. It's a language app. So if you didn't know, if you missed my conversation with my channel explaining that I'm going to go to French Canada, the French section of Canada, Montreal, next month, end of July. I'm flying out to the East Coast to see my daughter, and then we're driving to Montreal. It's 2 hours away. Can you believe that? 2 hours away from an amazing place. My daughter's been there. She goes there all the time. I mean, it's 2 hours away for her. You do need your passport because you're leaving and entering a different country. So I have that ready. It's French speaking. So I always do my due diligence and attempt at speaking French. I do pretty well, mainly because I've spent big chunks of time there when I have gone. I've been to Paris 4 times. And, if you stay 2 to 3 weeks at a time, it doesn't take long to start understanding and you're able to have a conversation. The very first time I went, I don't know if there were apps available. I don't know if there were any apps at all, but I made flashcards. So primarily, the French I want to speak is because I'm going shopping, I'm going to eat at restaurants. So it's nice if you can speak the language. I'm not, if I ever go to China, I'm not speaking Chinese. Okay. Let's not get crazy, but French, it's okay. So I just want to show you my app. Well, it's not mine, but the app that I use. Let's see, let me get it on my phone here. It's called Duolingo. Okay. And this is free. This version is free, which is fine. I'm not to the point where I need to spend money on getting the app. I mean, after all, you can Google anything and have it translate whatever you want. But for me, I want to be able to say, I would like to order, or, good morning, good night, bonsoir, bonne nuit, voilà tout, that's all. Je voudrais, I would like, because if you want du cappuccino, s'il vous plaît, 2 cappuccinos, s'il vous plaît, please. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. I know in France, people say excusez-moi a lot. For many, many different reasons, they say excuse me. All kinds of things. Even if you're not in the way, but they're trying to walk past you, you still say, oh, excusez-moi, monsieur, madame, les filles, les femmes, which is different than Germany. In Germany, you don't say excuse me, you don't say please, you don't say thank you, you don't say sorry. No, thank you, Germany. No, thank you. Let's be civil and use words. Okay, everybody? Let's use nice words. Please, thank you, excuse me. So I'm going to roll a quick clip I did a video of myself being on the app. Let me show you. On your phone, follow the prompts. Very easy. Tap the matching pairs.
Comment?
Comment?
Oui.
Oui means yes.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bien.
Bien. Next.
Ça.
Ça.
Ça. Ça va bien. Chien. Bien.
Listen for the missing word. Ça va bien.
Chien. Bien. Bien.
Yes.
Bonjour Anna, comment ça va? Je suis Julie.
So it says, hello Anna, how are you? I am Julie. Hello Anna, comment ça va? Je suis Julie. Okay, how is Anna doing, I guess?
Ça va bien? Chien. Bien. Comment ça va?
You.
Où? Où?
Hey, anyway, you just keep going. It's really fun. It's entertaining. It's kind of like just playing words with friends or something. So yeah, you should definitely check it out. This is the free version. It's free. Yes. So it's really easy. Yeah, just a few words. Mainly I want to be able to understand what I'm hearing because I know how to say some things in French, but hearing it back confuses me a little bit because they say it so fast. Plus, the accent's going to be specific for Montreal, which I don't think it's going to be like France. I'm assuming it's not like France. My daughter says it looks just like France, which I'm excited about. And I've always wanted to go to Canada. I've never been to Canada before, even though it's not that far away, really. But yeah, just haven't been. So I just wanted to share that with you. This is not a sponsored video for them or anything like that. I have seen, speaking of language, the Rosetta Stone. There is a program, and I had this whole program on my old computer of Rosetta Stone where you go through and you learn how to speak a different language. And I really, really recommend that. I saw the actual real Rosetta Stone. It's an actual stone. The first time I saw that was at the Louvre in Paris, the real Rosetta Stone. But it's been in London at the British Museum for probably 10 years-ish or so. So if you go to London and you go to the British Museum, the Rosetta Stone is still there because I was just there a couple months ago, month or two ago, and it's still there right in the same place. When you walk in, if you turn left at the Egyptian section, it's right there, right when you turn in to enter the Egyptian area. The Rosetta Stone's right there. It's all enclosed in glass. When the stone was in France, it wasn't covered up. But in England, a lot of things are covered with glass. I know the Venus de Milo. I touched her. I did. I touched her in Paris. I know. I wanted to touch her. But the last time I went to France, she was covered in glass. So c'est la vie. Anyway, I heard Plankton in the kitchen. So Plankton, it's time for a new recipe. Let's go to the kitchen.
It's time for a new recipe!
Okay, well, thank you, Plankton, for that introduction into this week's recipe. We're going to make lentils. So lentils, I think are a bean, right? They're a bean. I guess. I don't know. I just eat them. So I'm vegetarian, but you can definitely put meat things in this dish. You can turn it into a soup if you wish. Now, I grew up having this as part of a Mexican diet. My mom's Mexican, and this is something that I've always known to be Mexican. But, I think Eastern Indians eat lentils as well. So it's a great source of protein. It's a very filling, and you can add meat to this if you wish. I would suggest some shredded chicken, whatever you eat meat, you can toss in. You could also, I like pouring the lentils on top of a hot potato. If the potato maybe has a tiny bit of butter, a little bit of sour cream, pour the lentils on top of that. So you get a nice full meal. This could also be a side dish to any meal. I have poured some lentils on top of a bed of lettuce with maybe avocado. That's really good too. There's a lot of things you can do with lentils. So I'm going to turn you around, show you what I put inside of them, and we'll go from there. All right, let's go. Okay, so here we are. I go through a lot of lentils, so I have this big container. Today's recipe is going to be basically enough for 2 people, or two to 3 servings. I'm going to do a half a cup of dry lentils, and I need olive oil, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon cumin. This is the secret ingredient to this recipe. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of minced onions, but you can certainly add fresh onions. If you like onions, I would say do a 1/4 cup of finely chopped onions. I'm not a big onion person, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this dry. Also, I have a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed garlic. I love garlic. Few shakes, just a few shakes of regular pepper. And this is a small can of tomato sauce. I'm going to put half of this, maybe not even quite half. So we'll see when we get there. You're going to need some vegetable broth. If you don't have vegetable broth, just use the water. That's fine. The way I grew up having it, my mom did not use vegetable broth. And then at the very end, we're going to crack 2 eggs into the hot mixture after it's been completely cooked. All right, so let's get going. Okay, go ahead and rinse your lentils. You may not be aware, but dry beans will often come with maybe some little tiny rocks. Yes, rocks in them. Okay, let's get the stove going. And I don't know how much oil, a tablespoon, I guess. You don't need a ton. And one nice thing about lentils is they cook really fast. It's not like a pinto bean or something. I'm gonna throw in the garlic and the dried onions. Now, this is different than my mom makes it, because her way, according to her, is the best way, but we won't get into that. And I do like to toast my lentils. It gives them a nice nutty flavor. It brings out that inner flavor that they have. My mom would hate this recipe the way I'm doing it. But she ain't here, is she? She is not here. Just stir those around. You don't want anything to get burnt black. All right, let's add the salt, the cumin, the pepper. And let's go ahead and start adding the liquids. This is a 1/2 cup of vegetable stock. And this is about 10 ounces of water. This is regular tomato sauce, not a lot. I would say 2 tablespoons. You don't want it to really be tomato-y. You just want a little bit of that tomato. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention was carrot. I'm adding just a little tiny bit of carrot. I'll show you. So we have that, and I finally chopped up that. So I would say maybe 2 tablespoons of carrot. So we're letting the mixture heat up, and we're gonna want this to come to a boil. Might need some more water. We'll see. In the recipe, I say use 1.5 cups of water, but it's always going to be slightly different. So what I would do, I wouldn't dump all the water in at once, because if it's too watery, then you're going to have to wait in the end and reduce that volume by letting it cook longer. So right now I have a cup of broth and then about 10 ounces of water in there now. I think I might need just a little bit more, so I'll get that water ready. All right, so that makes it about 12 ounces plus half a cup of veggie broth. And we're gonna let that come to a simmer. I'm gonna leave it on high. As soon as it starts boiling, we're gonna turn it down to a nice simmer and simmer that for about 20 minutes or so. Remove that. See, so not a ton of carrot, just it gives it a little tiny bit of color in there and a nice texture. Brown isn't a very appetizing color, you know. Anytime I've eaten something like this at work, people are like, ew, what is that? It looks like poo-poo. Well, it's not. Okay, so the beans have boiled down, so you can see how much liquid is in there. That's about how I like it consistency-wise. And if you take some of these out and kind of crush them with your finger or fork or something, they're tender. You don't want them, you don't want these al dente. They need to be completely cooked. So let's go ahead and crack those eggs and put the eggs in. And make sure you break up the yolks because you don't want like a boiled egg in here. And you just stir it in like that. This is easy food, easy to do, easy to eat. It's stuff you probably have at home. So you can see how thick it is now as it's starting to boil back up. It's not too watery. So honestly, I just turn it off at this point. I let the heat in there cook the eggs, and then I let it sit for a little bit, and then I come back and have a bite. All right, I'll see you real soon. A biento. Okay, let's see. Yep, that looks right. So you can see the egg, you can see the white parts of the egg in there, but it's all cooked all the way through. It's the perfect consistency how I like it. So let me turn you around and let's have a taste. All right, so let's have a taste of these lentils. It's got a little bit of egg on it, some carrot in there. That is so good. It's the perfect blend of all the spices, not too much spice, but enough to really bring out the flavor. I need another hand. Again, over a baked potato, over a salad, on top of a salad. Throw some chicken in here, whatever. My mom used to serve it with weenies. That's what she called them. Well, thank you so much for checking out this week's vlog. I appreciate you being here. And we'll see what next week brings. It's always something new and exciting around here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button too. Check out the other channel where we only talk about crime on that channel. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys soon. Mwah! Ciao. So good. Bye.
Thank you for watching, Audrey Christine. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to check out Audrey's YouTube crime channel, The Salty Psychic at Audrey Briggs 68.